So what has Bitcoin been up to the last 24 hours? Well, not much. It's been mostly sideways. The same with Ethereum and with our Binance coin. And in today's video, I want to go ahead and talk about the reasons why Bitcoin has been going sideways, as well as preview some important events that are going to be going on next week. And on top of that, I want to go ahead and cover some important Bitcoin metrics as well. I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and if you guys appreciate this content, be sure to like and subscribe. I recently got to 200 subscribers, and I just want to go ahead and say thanks to everybody. I really appreciate that. And if you guys are interested in the most up-to-date information, be sure to follow me on Twitter as well. So Bitcoin right now has been kind of floating around in no man's land. It's been mostly sideways, trading between about a $2,000 range from 27,300 to about 25,300-ish. It's been floating kind of the sideways and not really making much headway. Now, what's interesting about this is the fact that we've seen Bitcoin take this huge plunge, right? And it's come back. We made a double bottom, and it came and shot all the way back up again. It stopped here at 27,300. And now it's kind of reflecting what I like to call the trampoline sort of effect, which is where it kind of takes a huge dump down here, and then it rebounds sharply, and then it kind of equalizes and has a reversion to the mean here. So now it's just kind of going sideways in between those two ranges. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the 200 hourly EMA, what we're seeing here in this blue line is the fact that it's gotten rejected multiple times here above this 200 hourly line. And if we actually go all the way back, we can see that it has some serious difficulty just staying above this line. Ever since the 30th of May, it has proven to be some strong resistance for Bitcoin. So in order to be bullish on Bitcoin, we first have to see it go and push above this line here, and then that would probably most likely take us back up to the resistance here at 27,300. Now, this is something that I think we're likely to wind up seeing this weekend. Usually you wind up seeing a kind of a Saturday and a Sunday pump and a low volume type of weekend. And it's entirely possible that we will wind up seeing Bitcoin, at least temporarily, jump above this 26,600 level and then go up here and at least touch the 27,300 level. Now, overall, I do think that Bitcoin's kind of looking for momentum. It's kind of stuck, but there is one important indicator that I'm going to talk about a little bit later that has kind of pointed towards the bottom being in for the short term for Bitcoin. Next, I want to go ahead and talk about what's going on with Binance US. Now, Binance US put out this message here today, and they're saying that they're suspending their non-crypto operations. So they are transitioning to a crypto-only exchange. And so they're encouraging their customers to go through and withdraw all of their US dollars via bank transfer or ACH by June 13th. So right now, what they're doing is they're getting rid of all USD on the platform, and they're only going to crypto. So you're not going to be able to deposit and withdraw USD on their platform, and this most likely will have been because of the SEC and the SEC actions that have taken recently. Now, also what happened today was that Crypto.com suspended their U.S. institutional exchange as well. Now, they're retreating from the U.S. institutions because apparently they are concerned about the regulatory environment and apparently limited demand. So Crypto.com has suspended a U.S. institutional exchange, and this honestly doesn't surprise me at all because they don't want to be in the same crosshairs like Binance and Coinbase. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the important Bitcoin indicator that I was talking about, and that is the Bitcoin NVT Golden Cross. And so if you guys have been paying attention so far, you'll know that I've used the Bitcoin NVT Golden Cross before in the past to identify the short-term bottoms and short-term tops. And so what we have here right now is a short-term bottom, according to the NVT Golden Cross, that is equivalent to the same bottom that we had back in June of 2022. So almost a year ago, we had a similar reading that we're seeing right now. and it's kind of crossed into this green area, which means that it is likely, according to this indicator, that we are at a local Bitcoin bottom. Now, this indicator is not 100% accurate, but it is right a majority of the times. And if we overlay the Bitcoin price, we can see that when it did that previously and it went down to those levels, it was very, very close to the bottom here for the Bitcoin price. That was when it went all the way down to about 18,000, 19,000-ish, and then it bounced up a little bit after that. So what we're seeing right now, if you believe this, if you believe the NVT Golden Cross and what we've been looking at, this points towards a local bottom in the Bitcoin price. Now, what's also interesting is that the Bitcoin Exchange Reserve is showing a new low. So just like what I pointed out there, when it comes to Binance and Coinbase, users are taking even more of their Bitcoin off of the exchanges because they're concerned about these regulatory actions, and it has hit a new all-time low. If we zoom out, we can see here that there is just a little bit over 2.1 million Bitcoin on the exchanges. Not a huge surprise here, as traders and investors are self-custodying their own crypto, which is a good thing for the crypto universe. Okay. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at our Bitcoin miners reserve, this is the number of Bitcoin that's being held in miners' wallets. What we've seen here in the past couple of days is actually it's gone up, surprisingly. And if we zoom out here, we can see that this is a pretty interesting, pretty high move up here for the Bitcoin miners reserve. And so what that signals to me is that miners are just not interested in selling, probably because the price is too low right now, but it seems like they're stockpiling and they're waiting for the price to actually move back up again, so that way they can sell at a profit. So, in fact, if we take a look at our SOPR, or spent output profit ratio for Bitcoin, you can see here that it's right at that dotted line, which means that sellers are selling in profit just barely. They're just barely selling in profit at 1 right now. And so what we're seeing here is the profitability of Bitcoin finally start to wane. And if the price moves any lower from here, from where it is right now, we can expect that profitability to start to actually fall, and people will start selling at a loss instead of selling at a profit like they've been doing basically since March. So this means that the whole crypto economy, especially for Bitcoin, is being put under extra pressure. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at our Ethereum chart TA, what we've seen here is that the support level here at 1835 has held so far. It is testing this support level. We're going to see if it'll break through or not. We've seen it come through here a little bit earlier on Friday. You could actually almost put the support level a little bit lower, but we're going to kind of keep it in this area here, again, about 1830. And you'll also notice that Ethereum, just like with Bitcoin, also has a problem with keeping above this 200 hourly moving average. And I'll be watching this very closely to see if we're going to wind up getting that weekend pump that'll push us above this 200 hourly range. Now, we also have strong resistance here at 1910 as well. So if we move up past that point, we're going to brush up right against this resistance. And this is where I would expect sellers to step in and push the price even lower. Now, as for our Binance coin, what we've seen is Binance coin is it's moving sideways, but it has not rebounded basically at all. It's stuck at 260 right now, and it seems to be kind of range bound for the moment, stuck between 273 and 255. Now, this 255 level is a strong support level. If we zoom out here, we take a look at the daily, we can see that this level has kind of been, it's held all the way back up into January. So since the beginning of the year, Binance coin has basically gone nowhere. And that's what we're seeing in the charts. And I don't expect that this will give out, but if it does, then you're going to see a retreat down here to about 240, okay? Now, something very important I need to talk about, and that is the U.S. economic calendar. What is going on next week? There are some very important events going on next week, including the core CPI that's going to be released on Tuesday. This is going to be Tuesday at 8:30. Again, it's at Eastern time. Now, what they're expecting right now for the core CPI is 0.4%. And we'll see if we wind up getting that or not. They also have the core CPI and the CPI year over year. Now, for the CPI year over year, what they're expecting is 4%. That's quite the revision downwards, and that would show that inflation's really actually coming down quite a bit. Previously, it was 4.9%. I think that's this right here is incredibly bullish. If we manage to hit 4%, that would be extremely bullish next week. So expect that Tuesday we're going to get some serious volatility. And they're looking for that core CPI to be coming down approximately 0.2% from the previous of 5.5%. Okay, they also have the core CPI, the core PPI, the producer price index. Now, again, previously that was 0.2%, and we'll see if we get a lower amount or not. They have the core PPI year over year, which is coming at 3.4% last time. There's no forecast for that. We'll have to see what that looks like. But Tuesday and Wednesday will give us a good idea if inflation's coming down, if it's continuing to come down, if it's just going sideways or not. And this is incredibly important for the Fed and what the Fed decides to do in their next FOMC. So you also have jobless claims coming out Thursday as well. And you'll have some Fed governors speaking on Friday, as well as a consumer sentiment going on Friday as well. Now, I'm going to be covering this more in depth in next week's videos as we come closer and closer to CPI and my expectations for that and what I expect the Fed to do. And this is going to move the crypto market, and we are going to see some serious volatility. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, be sure to subscribe and be sure to watch out for my latest videos. And I'm also going to be going ahead and doing another video on the Bitcoin monthly as well. So look for that video. That's going to be coming out shortly. And if you guys are interested in any other topics, let me know. If you guys are interested in any other crypto you want me to take a look at, I will be more than happy to do so. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video.